In this live workout video, we're going to be talking about old man strength and how you get it using Indian clubs or Indian swinging clubs. So the question is old man strength a real thing? And I can tell you now that I'm getting older and I work with a lot of older students, older clients, that old man strength, old woman strength is definitely a real thing. We're going to start with these Indian swinging clubs, one in each hand. I want you to warm up as we talk about old man strength. How do you get it? Old man strength, old woman strength is really mostly in the head. It's a decision about not giving up, not quitting, working a little harder. But there's also a physical component that comes with experience. It's about rotation and extension. It's about using the whole body to move something and not just one body part. It's about bending and lifting with your legs and not your back. All those things that you heard when you were young but you didn't pay attention to because you're young and you're hard-headed and you easily repair. So it's easy to hurt yourself and you don't feel it. You repair very quickly. And as you get older, you have to learn to be more efficient, more powerful, more balanced, have better coordination. You have to be smarter about the way you move your body, and you start to do things like more planks to tie the upper body and the lower body together. Using things like this Indian club swinging. This is one of the oldest self-defense tools known to man. It comes from the birthplace and the origin of martial arts, which is India in Asia. It's also a basic fitness tool. It's one of the oldest fitness tools known to man, which again comes from the birthplace of martial arts, which is India in Asia. So using one in each hand, swinging back and forth, you're going to get blood flowing into the joints. I've worked over the years with many people, both young, middle-aged, and old, both in fitness, martial arts, and then also in labor jobs, and then in the military. And I'm always shocked and impressed. One of the first times that I saw somebody of advanced age, and he was legally blind. He was a Medal of Honor winner for the Marine Corps in Vietnam, and they brought him back in to the Marine Corps in active duty. He had been in the reserves. They brought this general in to be our commanding general of this base that I was serving on. And this gentleman comes in. He had been injured. He was much, much older than everybody else, but he would get up in the morning, and because I was in the military police, we would run with this guy to give him protection. It was during Desert Storm, and they thought people might be coming around trying to attack the base. You're going to start in this hand. I want you to go out and bring it in. But this gentleman would drop down, and he would do more push-ups than any of the young guys around. He would get up. He would lift we would have sandbags that we used to create barriers, and he would make a whole workout out of sandbags. He loved Indian swinging clubs. That's one of the reasons I got into it. I saw this guy who was 20 or 30 years older than I am. You know, when you're young, you think everybody's old, right? But this guy's got white hair, and he's old and grizzled, and he could barely see, and he's up there doing 40 pull-ups, dead hang, just one at a time, because it was in here. It was in here, and he knew how to get his body tight, how to unlock that old man strength, old woman strength. This is one of the best ways to do it. So you're going to start with your hand here. These Indian swinging clubs, I use these in all my classes, especially with older students, to heal the joints, to get the shoulders strong, the elbows strong, the wrist, get rid of all that tightness in there, get the mobility back, but also to build strength and endurance, and it leans you out fast. So this is a great at-home training option. It's also a great self-defense tool. But you can see a link below if you need to get a pair of these. Get a 1 pound pair to start. Always go light and then build yourself up. I'll show you. This is a 10 pound pair, and this will rip the muscles straight out of your arms if you start with something like this and you try to do some of these more advanced motions I'm going to show you how to do today. So go light, go 1 pound, go 2 pounds at the most, but that's about it. So we're going to show you how to build the knees up right now. You're going to start with this basic swinging motion. Your heels will be together. Your toes will be sticking out like a duck. Let me tilt the camera down so you can see. I want you to start right? Just stand like a duck. Get your knees mostly straight. Roll your calves out, away from each other. I know you can't really see that, but picture it. You're going to do this for most of the exercises. Then the second position is going to be feet just under your shoulders. When we do that, we're gonna add a little squatting motion. How much is up to you. If you wanna go a little bit, go a little bit. If you can go a lot, go a lot. But that's how you're gonna start to build power in those legs for that knockout punch or kick. It's also gonna lean your body out faster because you're getting those big muscle groups in there, and they release trace amounts of that growth hormone that when you go to sleep at night and you heal at every age, that's what heals the body, makes your body whole again, and that's what leans you out. It's the precursor to all of the testosterone or estrogen or whatever your body needs. You're gonna reset all your chemistry. Everything's about chemistry. You hold it here, you start with those duck feet, you're just bringing it up and back, and you're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Now here's a key to old man strength, old woman strength. You wanna unlock the key to unlimited strength and power? Learn how to do time under tension. Stop counting reps. Don't do 10, don't do 8, don't do 12, but go for 30 seconds, up to 2 minutes. That's how you do it. 30 seconds, especially as you age, 30 seconds is ideal at the low end. 2 minutes is ideal at the high end. You don't have to go longer than 2 minutes. Don't go less than 30 seconds. You won't get the value, the benefit. You're not gonna unlock old man strength, old woman strength. Is old man strength the real thing? It certainly is. Old woman strength the real thing? Absolutely. I've seen it with my own eyes over and over and over again. And I even had old man strength when I was younger. People would say to me, you've got old man strength, or you've got a different kind of strength that I won't repeat here. But it's also about, thank you, Daryl. Daryl says another great class. Hi, Daryl. It's at the mentality, right? When you go in and you commit to picking something up, and you've been told 100 times, lift with your legs, not your back, and you're aware of your body, that comes with experience. That comes with age. You're aware of your body when you wake up in the morning because everything hurts a little bit, right? You feel all the aches and pains. And I remember thinking the other day, I was telling somebody, I don't remember being sore until I was in my 30s. I know I was, but I don't remember it. I remember being sore last Tuesday night, right? It was a long class, a long day, a lot of training. I wake up the next morning, my feet are a little swollen. Middle of the night, I'm going to the potty. You feel all of it. So what you start to do is as you get older, you pay attention. You only have to be told the first time. So you start to pay attention to things like proper posture, proper lifting technique. That's what unlocks old man strength, old woman strength. It's about what you know, and it's about how you're moving. When you're young and dumb and full of strength, you just try to lift things up, and then it feels hard. You feel like something's gonna break. You're like, I don't wanna do that. And that's why you can, at this advanced age, you pick up things, you make it look easy, and the young bucks and the young girls and the young guys, they can't lift it. They could if they understood how to do it right, but they don't, right? So this is how you unlock it. You get your mind around the idea, and you slow everything down in your head. You learn to calm down, and then you can exert more force. And you realize through experience that not everything's gonna kill you. That, yeah, it feels like your arms and your legs and your back might break when you pick up. I like to pick up the sofa, right? Sometimes I asked one person to help me move a couple years ago. No one came. A few years before that, I helped move everything out of my parents' house. 4 brothers at the time. And I said, hey, can I get some help? No one showed up. So here I am, waiting. I need to get this stuff done and get back to my life. I got to get it done. So I'm picking stuff up and I'm carrying them out, and I'm picking them up and carrying them out. And you realize after a while that it's all about balance, right? It's all about how you're holding it. There are things that you learn from experience that young people simply don't have. So is old man strength a real thing? Yes, just for that reason. Old woman strength a real thing? Yes, it is, because you just know more, you understand more, you've been alive longer. All right, now we've done this for 30 seconds. I want to go into a mill with this Indian swinging club. You're going to love these things. If you haven't used these yet, I highly recommend them because they're going to make your shoulders wicked strong. It's going to make your grip like an iron vise. One of the secrets to old man strength, old woman strength, is having a powerful grip. Things don't slip out of your hands like they do with the young kids, right? By young kids, I mean like the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds. You have to, since Amos says work smart, not hard. Sometimes you can't make it, smart doesn't work. Sometimes there's no easy button like we have on the phone, right? There's no way to make it easier. That's where that second part of old man strength, old woman strength kicks in, which is grit. Your brain is just gritty. It's because you've been hit so many times in there, knock some stuff loose. It's like a bunch of rocks rolling in there. That's the grit. Maybe that's the grit, but you know what I mean, right? You don't quit. You got the grit, you don't quit. Boy, that first movie with John Wayne, True Grit. And I forget what the girl says, something about Rooster Cogburn, True Grit, sure does, or something like that. Anyway, he says, fill your hands with lead, or something like that. Reliving a moment right here. All right. Yeah, so we're holding this, right in the middle. This is the key. Keep your hand closed. Don't do this. You're going to break your finger. Don't do that. Just like that. Yeah, chewing nails. Just don't chew with your teeth. Hold them like that. And not these nails. This is the nervous little kid thing. And not just little kids. This is the nervous snowflake. That's the term I keep hearing. That's the snowflake nail biting. That's not the kind of nail Sensei Emmett's talking about. You're holding them here. 10-penny. A 10-penny nail. You're going to pull it out. Pull it up. Pull it out. Pull it up. Out. Up. You're going to do this with one hand. And you're going to do it with the other hand. Up. Start to get it to move a little bit. Like that. Take your time. Slow as smooth. Smooth as fast. When you're ready, open the elbow and cast. Casting like you're throwing a throwing knife. Casting like you're casting a fishing pole. Cast means to throw. So you're going to bring it open and throw. One side and the other side. Your feet look like a duck. Heels together. And if this is too much, just do this with one hand. Do it about, 30 seconds or so. And then add that. Slow it down. And then make it smooth. Once it gets smooth, it'll naturally speed up. That's what we mean when we say slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Bring it in, open, out. In, open. Watch from here. You're just opening that arm, and then you cast. The old dog, the hard road. The pup to the, I missed the last part, Sensei. I'm going to say that again. Bring it in, bring it open, and cast. In, open, and cast. In, open, and cast. Some of our grandparents, if not our parents, would cringe. Would cringe if they saw what's going on right now. Yes, and you make a good point. What you just said was that the leader of a certain country, and I'm not going to say, I was thinking the other day, I'm starting to get too political. I'm going to get kicked off of YouTube, and I need to keep the lights on. Some things are worth fighting for, but let's work on the fight. And the pup to the path, I love it. If you can do one alternating, but you said that the leader of one of the free countries of the world, used to be free countries, chews her nails. And I think the other day, I was thinking of a saying, an old African proverb, I was reminded. Teddy Roosevelt repeated. Teddy Roosevelt, he was the Rough Rider. He was the American president who led the attack on San Juan Hill. Had bullet holes all through his clothes, none in his body. Supposedly, right? History, I think, gets rewritten by the victor. Anyway, going the other way. But he was tough as nails. He was a true cowboy, true Western. He was really an old money kid, but we'll pretend that he was what they say he is. Anyway, Teddy Roosevelt said, speak softly and carry a big stick. And now we have a leader in one of the free countries of the world who speaks incoherently and carries no stick. There's no, you better do, listen, I'm going to tell you one time, and that's it. That's the purpose of the Indian Club. Defend yourself. Build that old man strength. You got to get gritty. Stop apologizing for everything. I was in the store today, and I was trying to get something off the shelf, and this woman was next to me, and she was reaching for it first, so I kind of took a step back, let her have the turn. She was there first. And she looked at me and she said, oh, I'm so sorry, go ahead. And I said, no. My son was there. And I said, no. Don't tell me sorry for what? You're trying to get your thing off the shelf. There's nothing to be sorry for. That's the wrong use of the word. I don't think you know what sorry means. Stop saying sorry for everything. Aren't you hungry? I'm hungry. Get your food and then I'll get mine. You take care of you for you and I'll take care of me for me. And then we'll take care of ourselves for each other. That's how the world's supposed to work. Clean up your own mess. and then the world's not so messy. That's old man strength, old woman strength. You're coming out, and then you're going to bring it back. Bring it back. Snap it in. Again, you can do one hand at a time, then do the other one, and then let's go back to the legs, because I want you to have powerful legs. Yeah, at Christmas time. I go shopping at Christmas time, and it's the same thing. I'm in there walking around getting some gifts for the family, and then you see these moms and dads. And I used to say it was just moms, that women say sorry too much, and they need to stop. Only say sorry when it's appropriate, and only when you mean it, and stop saying sorry because you made the guy feel uncomfortable. He needs to be a little stronger and then take care of himself. And I don't say sorry, I say thank you. So if someone goes in and they back up to give me the thing, instead of saying, oh, sorry, I say, hey, thanks, grab my stuff and go. But at Christmas time, people are pushing each other around just a little bit, not mean, but everybody's in a rush, they gotta get the stuff, there's a lot of people out, and it's the same thing. I go up to get something and everybody backs up, oh, sorry. And I do the same thing, I say it, I can't help myself. I say, like, stop saying sorry. All right, the knees, the legs, deep into the tangents today. But it's all old man strength, old woman strength. And it's not being grumpy, it's about having something to stand for, right? Having something you believe in, having some values, a code of conduct, a code of ethics, a code of morals. It can come from the Bible, that's where mine comes from. It can come from parents, that's where mine comes from. It can come from your community. Maybe you're a Boy Scout, Girl Scout, maybe you serve in the military, that's where mine comes from. But you have to have some rules. Write them down and then stick to them. And don't go so wishy-washy. That's what's happening with the young people now. And by young people, I mean not just the millennials and the Gen Xers and whatever the lowest is. It's their parents. And it's a lot of their grandparents. It's the boomers. A lot of the boomers. They're not the greatest generation. It was the generation before them. It started with the boomers when they didn't have to go to war. Because they could defer and go to college instead and smoke weed and have the love for whatever. I don't know. Maybe that was it. Maybe instead of seeing their buddies' guts hanging out and thinking, boy, some things in life are really a lot harder than everything else. And then they get home and then they start to live a life. And then something hard happens and they say, that's not as bad as war. It's not as bad as seeing your buddies, putting your buddy in a bag. But that we don't do that anymore, right? Just a small, tiny percentage do. I'm 50. Peter asked how I'm 50. We can't blame the hippies. We did it to ourselves. It's like when you start picking on millennials, and now millennials are growing up. We've been picking on millennials for 20 years. Snowflakes. Who made them snowflakes? We did that. Anyway, can't keep doing that. You're coming back and add a little squat. Just gonna pop a squat. Get the blood flowing into your legs, swinging it up. And then when you're ready, go into the heavier one. I'm hearing what all you guys are saying, and I'm agreeing with you, but we got to stop doing this. You got to stop. It's the liberals, it's these guys, it's the young people, it's the snowflakes, it's the boomers. I even did it. You got to start doing this, right? What are you doing about it? And I mean just like living with some values, code of conduct, and like I said, write it down and talk about it. You guys have been great. I got to go teach a class. I'll see you in a little bit, probably 6 o'clock.